I choose you!
Hi, I'm Professor Silver, and today I'll break down the history of Ash's Talonflame, detailing its journey from a tiny little fletchling into one of the strongest gym battlers Kalos has ever seen. This video is brought to you by Brilliant, the ultimate platform to refresh your math, computer, and data skills. Brilliant makes learning easy, as it offers thousands of lessons that are customized to fit your skill level, no matter how advanced or rusty you may be. Personally, I really enjoyed taking their courses on probability, as my knowledge in the field has atrophied since I first learned about the concepts in middle school. It's crucial to stay current on your math skills, as you never know when they'll come in handy. As an example, I once made a short video saying that there were 64 unique matchups between 8 evolutions. Had I taken Brilliant's courses on probability, I would have realized that there are only 28 combos and 36 when you consider same species matchups. Because I didn't use Brilliant, I have egg on my face to over 550,000 people and counting. Aside from preventing future embarrassment, I thoroughly enjoyed refreshing my skills on Brilliant. The courses are bite-sized and completely interactive, making learning not only effective, but also enjoyable. So if you're ready to try everything Brilliant has to offer, try it for free for 30 days by visiting brilliant.org/silver or clicking the first link in the description. As a bonus, the first 200 of you who sign up will get an exclusive 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity. Visit brilliant.org/silver today. And now on to Talonflame's history. Fletchling first debuted in the episode A Battle of Aerial Mobility, shortly after Ash arrived in Kalos. As a wild Pokemon, the tiny Robin foraged for food along Route 4. Like Tailo in its initial appearance, Fletchling had a mischievous streak, swiping food whenever the opportunity arose. Its thievery was first showcased when it stole a berry that Bonnie had intended to give to Dene. The incident led Ash to resolve himself to capture the little trickster. Although Ash intended for Pikachu to help him in the goal, Froakie refused to stand by as Bonnie cried. As a result, Froakie fought in the mouse's stead. Unfortunately for the future ace, Fletchling evaded his Frubbles, dodged Water Pulse, used Peck, and escaped with Razor Wind. That said, the loss had a silver lining. It taught Froakie the necessity of teamwork. Additionally, it made Ash even more excited to catch Fletchling. He wanted the Pokemon all the more, because he had gained a newfound respect for its speed, power, and exotic origin. When Ash finally tracked Fletchling down, it tried its best to win the rematch. In the end though, it was defeated, as it didn't have a partner to watch its back like Froakie did with Ash. Though Fletchling let off many moves, Froakie avoided them all, set up a decoy, landed Bubble, and won with Water Pulse. Having lost the battle, Fletchling then joined Ash's team. Upon getting caught, Fletchling renounced its thiefly ways and became extremely loyal. Additionally, as revealed in a shockingly cheeky friendship, it both reconciled with Bonnie and accepted its role as the team's resident scoutmaster. In the following episodes, Fletchling could be seen scouting for Ash, Mega Meowth Madness, to catch a Pokemon Smuggler, Pokevision of things to come, and calling from beyond the aura. Similar to Swellow and Staraptor, it also fought at many gyms. At the Santaloon Gym in the episode A Blustery Santaloon Gym Battle, Fletchling first fought Viola's Surskit. It dodged Ice Beam, avoided Sticky Web, and earned a rousing victory, but then lost to Viola's ace Vivillon. While training for the rematch in the episode Battling on Thin Ice, Fletchling learned how to better manipulate the wind and fly through the air. Because of the intense training, it almost beat Vivillon in the rematch. Fletchling tanked Psychic, used Steel Wing, fired off Peck, rode Gust, and spun itself into a Fury, but still fell to Sleep Powder and Solar Beam. Following the loss, Fletchling fought James's Inkay in the Bamboozling Forest, braved a Mud Bomb in Kindergarten Chaos, watched Viola battle Grant in Breaking Titles at the Chateau, and trained with Froakie in the episode Coming Back into the Cold. In spite of all the training it did, it still failed to win at the Salage Gym when it fought there in the episode Climbing the Walls. Grant's Tyrunt beat it using the moves Crunch and Dragon Tail. Regardless of how it lost, Ash still thought Fletchling destined for greatness. Never once losing faith in the bird's abilities, Ash did all he could to cheer it up when Sky Trainer Moira and her Talonflame called it weak in the episode Battles in the Sky. Although Talonflame initially rejected Fletchling's challenge for battle, Fletchling refused to let the Pokemon dictate its potential. After Team Rocket assaulted Talonflame, Fletchling earned the Pokemon's respect by saving it from their advances. Talonflame was so impressed by the heroism that it agreed to battle Fletchling in an aerial showdown. Impressively, it connected with Peck, withstood Brave Bird, activated Double Rival team let loose Razor Wind and survived a brutal counter. Talonflame nearly won their skirmish with Fire Blast, but Fletchling absorbed the flames and turned things around by evolving into Fletchinder. Along with increased power, the evolution afforded it fire typing and knowledge of Flame Charge. Using the move, Fletchinder landed 3 distinct strikes. The attacks proved so deadly that it actually won the battle. Not only did the win affirm its innate potential to be one of Ash's strongest regional birds, but it also established it as stronger than its teammate Hawlucha. That's because the luchador himself had previously lost to Talonflame earlier in the episode. Following the evolution, Fletchinder continued its role as Ash's expert tracker and scouting extraordinaire. Some of the episodes it could be seen scouting in include Foggy Pokemon Orienteering, One for the Goomy, and Good Friends Great Training. In addition to scouting, Fletchling also regularly confronted Team Rocket. To help thwart their schemes, it popped hot air balloons like in the episode Dreaming a Performer's Dream, and often battled their Pokemon, like it did in the episode A Slippery Encounter. Although Inkay got the better of Fletchinder in that particular episode, the Fire Flying type Psybeam-induced confusion helped lead Goomy to see Ash's noble nature and join his team. More notably, Fletchinder also appeared in many of Ash's gym battles. Due to its flying typing, it dominated Corinna's Machoke at the Shalour Gym and Showdown at the Shalour Gym. Machoke dodged Flame Charge, landed Brick Break, executed Low Sweep, and intercepted Steel Wing, but Fletchinder let loose Razor Wind, evaded Focus Blast, and won with the second Flame Charge. Although Fletchinder then fell to Corinna's Mega Lucario, it brought the heat at the Coumarine Gym in green grass types of home. At first, Gym Leader Ramos's Jumpluff presented a major threat thanks to its moves Cotton Garden Sunny Day and its ability Chlorophyll. In the end though, Fletchinder won the battle using Flame Charge. Ash intended for Fletchinder to sweep the rest of Ramos's Pokemon, but the man's Weepinbell upended his plans. For Weepinbell to win the showdown, it dodged Flame Charge, dispersed Poison Powder, landed Razor Leaf, and triumphed with Slam. After Fletchinder missed out on Ash's gym battle with Clement, it fought Laver Gym Leader Valerie in the episode Fairy-type Trickery. At the battle's start, Valerie's Sylveon tanked Steel Wing, landed Disarming Voice, intercepted Peck, and formed a Cyclone. Despite Sylveon's head start, however, Fletchinder rallied with Flame Charge and won with Steel Wing. Regrettably, the subsequent battle with Valerie's Spritzee ended far less favorably. Because Spritzee slowed things down with Trick Room and robbed Fletchinder of its speed, the fairy was able to dodge every attack that came its way. As a result, after it landed Dazzling Gleam, it won the battle with Moonblast. In the end, Fletchinder's loss against Spritzee served to hype up the incredible strength of both Valerie's Ace and the move Trick Room. Besides battling in gyms, Fletchinder kept itself busy by forging deep bonds with the rest of Ash's Pokemon. Alongside Hawlucha, it became a surrogate parent to Ash's Noibat in a not-so-flying start. It not only used its ability Flame Body to help hatch the Pokemon's egg, but also assisted in the Pokemon's acclimation to the world and protection from Team Rocket. Later on, during the episode A Relay in the Sky, Fletchinder cemented its bond with Noibat and Hawlucha by competing with them in a relay race. Together, they all pushed each other to become way more powerful. Partially due to Fletchinder's help, Noibat mastered flight by episode's end. Noibat became such a skilled flyer that it later helped Fletchinder in many of its scouting adventures. One of the times the two scouted together was in the episode Adventures in Running Errands. Between Fletchinder's utility support, gym battles, and many friendships, it was shaping out to be a powerful asset in Ash's arsenal. When it battled Trevor's Charmeleon in the episode A Legendary Photo Op, for example, it fought in an entirely different level than its opponent. Opposite Charmeleon, Fletchinder flew away from Fire Spin, repelled Flamethrower, shot off Flame Charge, dodged Dragon Claw, evaded more flames, and took home the win with Steel Wing. Following the battle's end, Fletchinder used its incredible power to help Trevor find Moltres and Ash fight Team Rocket. As luck would have it, the battle with the trio awoke Moltres in a major tantrum. The legendary's Flamethrower packed a major punch, but Fletchinder did all it could to defend Ash from the Pokemon's flames. After racing to shield Ash from Flamethrower, Fletchinder absorbed the move, pushed itself to its breaking point, and evolved into Talonflame. Evolution both supercharged its fiery abilities and gave it access to Brave Bird. Brave Bird did massive damage to Moltres, but Moltres ultimately won the matchup as it countered with Flamethrower and finished with Fire Blast. Since Ash and Frogadier saved Talonflame before it could suffer a volcanic demise, Moltres left them and Talonflame alone. In the end, it had come to respect their heroism and admire their tenacity. Like in its previous form, Talonflame offered ample support as a regional flyer. It helped helped out in such episodes as The Tiny Caretaker, The Frolicking Finds in the Flowers, Love Strikes, Eevee Yikes, A Windswept Encounter, and A Diamond in the Rough. While Talonflame played a major role as a utility player, it was most memorable for its gym appearances. In its first fully evolved gym battle, Talonflame teamed up with Ash's Frogadier against Anastar Gym Leader Olympia's Meowstic in the episode All Eyes on the Future. To Ash's dismay, the Meowstic dominated the battle's first half. Thanks to Helping Hand and Light Screen, they either dodged or resisted near every move that came their way at the start of the battle. The two Psychic Pokemon were also incredibly crafty, as they were adept special attackers. They used moves like Dark Pulse, a Keen Eye boosted Psyshock, and Future Sight to sow major mayhem. Eventually though, Frogadier's use of Double Team and Cut allowed Talonflame to turn the tides with Brave Bird. Furthermore, after the female Meowstic tried to get its revenge with Thunder Wave, Frogadier intercepted the blow, giving Talonflame the opportunity to use Steel Wing. After it then shielded Frogadier from Future Sight, Talonflame helped trick the Meowstics into striking one another with Psyshock and Dark Pulse. Future Sight proved another nuisance, but Ash's team ultimately won the match after using Flame Charge, Cut, and Water Pulse. In my opinion, victory against the Psychic Pokemon proved Talonflame was every bit a fighter as Swallow and Staraptor. Unfortunately, its immense strength wasn't enough to beat the legendary Pokemon Zapdos when it fought the Electric type in the episode An Electrifying Rage. Talonflame fought admirably and even tanked Thunderbolt, but still fell to Zapdos' electricity. During Talonflame's next major battle, in All Hail the Ice Battlefield, it tried to make up for the loss by fighting Snowpoint Gym Leader Wulfric's Avalugg. As luck would have it, however, Avalugg withstood Flame Charge, put on pressure with Stone Edge, and won with Avalanche. After Talonflame trained with Noivern in the episode Seeing the Forest for the Trees, it fared far better in the rematch. Besides training with its protege, it also did better in the second battle because Ash had cleared the air with Greninja and regained his confidence. During the rematch in the episode A Real Icebreaker, Talonflame devastated Avalugg. Using Flame Charge, Steel Wing, and another Flame Charge, it defeated the icy behemoth. Avenging its prior loss was actually quite bittersweet. On one hand, Talonflame earned the incredible honor of defeating a Pokemon that had defeated Greninja. On the other hand, though, the battle left it exhausted and unable to cope with the might of Wulfric's Abomasnow. Abomasnow took advantage of the hail injuring Talonflame and beat it into submission using Wood Hammer, Ice Shard, and another Wood Hammer. All in all, Talonflame partook in 7 of Ash's Kalos gyms. It got more gym exposure in a single saga than near every other Pokemon Ash has ever owned. It had so much gym experience that it was totally strong enough to take on an army of Megas alongside its teammates in the movie Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. Though Talonflame didn't faint any of the Megas, it flew with Pikachu into battle, dodged many moves, and carried Chespin into combat. Like at the gyms, Talonflame had an epic presence at the Kalos League. It was a bruiser that took out massively powerful Pokemon in each of its 2 battles. First off, in the league's quarterfinals opposite Sawyer's Slaking in the episode Analysis vs. Passion, Talonflame avenged its brother Hawlucha. Slaking tanked Steel Wing, recovered its energy with Slack Off, and let off Hammer Arm, but Talonflame overwhelmed it with Flame Charge and won with Brave Bird. Regrettably, Sawyer's next Pokemon, Clawitzer, was entirely focused on containing Talonflame's incredible speed. After Clawitzer controlled the field with Aqua Jet, it froze the tip of Talonflame's wing with Ice Beam, intercepted Flame Charge, and won with another Aqua Jet. In its next battle at the league, Talonflame fought Alonza Unfezant in the episode Finals for the Not Faint-Hearted. Each Pokemon's performance showcased why their trainers had advanced all the way to the finals and deserved a one-day step foot in the Masters 8. At the battle's start, the 2 of them matched aerial styles and traded Steel Wing with one another. After it then tanked Air Cutter and upped its speed with Flame Charge, it produced a double knockout by exchanging Brave Bird for Sky Attack. Although not quite a win, proving itself as one of the strongest Pokemon in Kalos was a worthy end to Talonflame's league run. Soon after the league concluded, Talonflame found itself embroiled in another major conflict. In the episode The Towering Takeover, Talonflame, Ash, and all of Ash's other Pokemon were kidnapped by Lysander and placed in bonds. Lysander intended to harness Ash and Greninja's power for his own nefarious purposes, but they broke themselves free by activating the bond phenomenon. Around the same time, in the episode Coming Apart at the Dreams, Alon's Charizard freed Talonflame and the rest of Ash's Pokemon so that they could join in the battle against the madman Lysander. Even though Talonflame fell to Lysander's Mega Gyarados in the episode The Right Hero for the Right Job, it put up a terrific effort. Later on, after Team Flare was defeated, Talonflame and its teammates received medals for their efforts in battling with a clean slate, and celebrated their win in the first day of the rest of your life. At Saga's end, Talonflame said its goodbyes to Goodra and Greninja in facing the needs of the many, bid farewell to all of Clement and Serena's Pokemon until we compete again, and returned with Ash to Kanto. Although it remained at Oak's lab throughout all of Sun and Moon, it reappeared in the Journeys episode, Advice to Go. During the episode, it was portrayed as both a sparring partner and friend to Ash's Infernape. Later on in the saga, in the episode Friends, Rivals, Lend Me Your Spirits, Talonflame greeted Ash's new Pokemon and helped its fellow fire types teach Gengar how to use Will-O-Wisp. Following that, during the Masters 8, it cheered for Ash as he battled champions, appeared in Pikachu's vision, and celebrated Ash's ascension to Monarch. After Ash won the World Coronation Series, Talonflame even rejoined his team as a rotating reserve. During the To Be a Pokemon Master series, in the episode Bearing Down Easy, Talonflame's fiery abilities came in major use. Using its ability Flame Body, it both thawed its teammates from a wild Beartic's ice and protected them from icy emanations during Beartic's training. Finally, in Ash's last appearance to date, the episode The Rainbow and the Pokemon Master, Talonflame helped him search for a missing Charmander. As that concludes Talonflame's history to date, let's get to its battle record. Talonflame won against Ash's Froakie, Viola's Surskit, Moira's Talonflame, Karina's Machoke, Ramos's Jumpluff, Valerie's Sylveon, Trevor's Charmeleon, Olympia's male Meowstic, Olympia's female Meowstic, Wulfric's Avalugg, and Sawyer's Slaking. It lost to Ash's Froakie, Viola's Vivillon, Grant's Tyrunt, Karina's Mega Lucario, Ramos's Weepinbell, Valerie's Spritzee, Moltres, Zapdos, Wulfric's Avalugg, Wulfric's Abomasnow, Sawyer's Clawitzer, and Lysander's shiny Mega Gyarados. Talonflame's one and only tie was to Alon's male Unfezant. Move-wise, Talonflame used Brave Bird, Double Team, Flame Charge, Peck, Razor Wind, and Steel Wing. From a fighter's perspective, Talonflame was one of Ash's most prolific battlers. It produced many epic battles and fought at many gyms, but I wish it had a few more episodes of focus that would have helped it stand out more from its predecessors. As it stands, its personality is a bit too similar to Staraptor. To help Talonflame stand apart, I think the writers could have leaned in more heavily to its rivalry with other fire types like Trevor's Charizard. By emphasizing Talonflame's fire typing, the writers could have made it more than just another regional bird. In spite of my wish that Talonflame had a more unique personality, I still think it's an awesome Pokemon, one that's definitely worthy of being Greninja's contemporary. And on that note, class is adjourned. I want to give a big thanks again to Brilliant. To try out the platform for yourself and support the channel, make sure to click the first link in the description. I'm Professor Silver. Until next time, catch you later.